Love and Hip Hop. Atlanta just delivered the most explosive moment of season 13, and no one saw this coming. What started as a simple backstage meetup at a fashion show turned into a full-blown verbal brawl between Erica Banks and Salma Slims. That had producers yelling "cut", security rushing in, and castmates choosing sides in real time. We're talking about tears, threats, drinks nearly thrown, and a feud so personal it left fans questioning everything they thought they knew about their favorite ladies. It all began with whispers. Salma Slims had been low-key throwing shade on social media, liking a few too many shady tweets about Erica's struggle bars and reposting cryptic messages about industry clout chasers. But when Erica walked into that VIP dressing room with her head high, she had no idea Salma was ready to confront her, face to face. The tension was instant. You could feel it in the air, tight, hot, about to blow. And then it happened. "Keep my name out your mouth if you can't say it to my face," Erica snapped, her voice cutting through the room like a blade. Salma stood up, unbothered, arms folded, a smirk on her lips. "Oh, I'll say it loud enough for everyone to hear. You ain't who you pretend to be." From that moment on, the room erupted. What followed was a whirlwind of accusations, clout claims, and personal digs that pulled in other cast members, uncovered shocking secrets, and shattered more than just friendships. It's no longer just about music, it's personal. It's raw. It's betrayal served cold under hot lights and even hotter egos. And the fans? They're losing it. Twitter's ablaze. Instagram comments are split. Team Erica, Team Salma, or just Team "What the hell did I just witness?" But here's the real kicker: this fight, it didn't end in that room. It spilled out into the parking lot. It leaked into DMs, and it's about to turn LHTL S13 upside down. What caused the fallout between two rising stars? What secrets were exposed? And is there more drama to come? Keep watching, because this isn't just reality TV. This is war. The night had started off with glitter, flashing lights, and a red carpet rolled out for Atlanta's elite at the Urban Style Runway Gala, a major fashion event tied into Love and Hip Hop. Atlanta, Season 13. Cameras were rolling, champagne was flowing, and everyone was dressed like they knew this was going to be a night to remember. Erica Banks arrived with her usual flair, wearing a sleek silver gown with a slit that screamed confidence and a face beat to perfection. Salma Slims, on the other hand, was already backstage, sipping on sparkling water, surrounded by her glam squad, keeping her aura cool and unbothered. But that serenity was short-lived. The second Erica walked into the backstage area, the temperature dropped, and not because of the air conditioning. It was the kind of tension that clings to your skin. Nobody needed to say anything, because their eyes did all the talking. Erica clocked Salma from across the room and gave her a polite smile, fake, tight-lipped, the kind that screams, "I see you, but I don't feel you." Salma didn't smile back. Instead, she turned to her hairstylist and said just loud enough for the room to hear, "Some people really think one hit makes them a legend." A few heads turned. Erica stopped mid-stride. Her assistant whispered something in her ear, urging her to keep it cute and professional. But Erica? She wasn't in the mood to be the bigger person tonight. She spun around slowly, that signature smirk creeping onto her face, and made her way towards Salma like a lioness spotting a rival on her turf. "Is there a problem?" Erica asked, her voice calm but laced with venom. Salma didn't even blink. "No problem here. Unless you're feeling guilty about something I didn't say your name in." That's when it started. Cameras were already filming a behind-the-scenes segment for LHTL, but no one expected it to escalate this fast. Erica laughed, that kind of dismissive chuckle that burns more than it soothes. "Sweetheart, if you got something to say, say it." "Cause the subliminals? That's little girl behavior." Salma raised an eyebrow and stood up slowly, brushing imaginary lint off her designer skirt. "Oh, you want direct? Okay, let's be direct. You're all smoke and no fire. You've been coasting off one viral moment while the rest of us actually work. You act like you invented female rap in Atlanta." Boom! The room went dead silent. Even the stylist stopped curling and blending. Erica's face tightened. "Work?" she repeated. "Girl, I've done more in the past year than you've done in your whole career. Don't let the quiet fool you. I've been building, not begging. Building what? Salma shot back. A brand based on attitude? Cause every time I see your name trending, it's never about your music, it's about who you're beefing with this week. Erica's jaw clenched. You talk real bold for someone who still has to name drop me to get attention. Salma rolled her eyes. I don't need your name, baby, but it's real funny how every room I walk into, somebody warns me about your energy. My energy? Erica stepped closer. You mean my presence? You're intimidated. And instead of admitting that, you try to downplay me. Classic hater move. The tension was now so thick it could be sliced with a blade. Producers were already inching closer, sensing they might need to step in. But they hesitated, because this was gold. This was the kind of raw, unscripted drama that made the show legendary. Then came the bombshell moment. Salma pulled out her phone and, without hesitation, held it up with a DM screenshot visible on the screen. Since we're being real, let's talk about how your team reached out to mine to do a fake beef collab. You wanted this. You tried to script this moment. And now that I'm not playing along, you're mad. Erica's eyes widened. The room gasped. A stylist dropped a hairbrush. You really bringing out screenshots now? Erica said, her voice shaking between rage and disbelief. That's how you want to play? I'm just letting people see who's real and who's reality TV, Salma said. You're performing. I'm living. At this point, security was on standby. Erica reached out like she was about to grab the phone, but her assistant stepped between them just in time. Don't do it, E. It's not worth it. No, it is worth it, Erica snapped. Because I'm sick of girls who ain't got nothing going on using me as their storyline. Salma took a deep breath, straightened her posture, and delivered one last blow. Then maybe stop acting like a walking storyline. Boom! That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Erica lunged forward, not with violence, but with words sharp enough to bruise. You wanna know why you're not where I am? 'Cause you spend more time worrying about me than focusing on your own craft. You're talented, Salma, but you're too busy playing second string to ever take the spotlight. Salma froze. That hit different. Not because it wasn't true, but because somewhere deep inside, she feared it might be. The silence returned, thick and awkward, as producers finally stepped in. Ladies, we need to cool this down, one said, voice shaking slightly from the shock of what had just unfolded. But neither of them was ready to let go. As Salma turned to walk away, she said over her shoulder, just remember, you started this, and I'm gonna finish it. Erica didn't respond. She just stood there, eyes fixed on her rival's back, fury simmering just beneath the surface. And then, without saying a word, she turned to the nearest camera and whispered, play with me if you want to. I dare you. The episode may not have aired yet, but word was already leaking. Within hours, fan pages were exploding with speculation. What happened between Erica and Salma? Why is LHHATL turning into WWE? Did Erica really try to stage a fake beef? Meanwhile, castmates started chiming in. Tokyo Vanity tweeted, all I'ma say is, y'all better tune in. Few chilly. Rashida posted a cryptic Instagram story that read, the masks are slipping. Let's see who's who now. But the biggest shock came from young baby Tate, who had worked with both women before. She went live and said, I love both of them, but there's been tension bubbling for months. This wasn't out of nowhere. This was a ticking time bomb. And just like that, the feud of the season had begun and it was just getting started. The aftermath of the backstage explosion between Erica Banks and Salma Slims rippled through Atlanta like a thunderclap. Word spread so fast it was almost like the moment had been live-streamed. Though no official footage had yet hit the air, cast members were getting phone calls before they even saw the teasers. Group chats were blowing up. Producers knew they had struck gold, but they also knew the situation was about to spiral far beyond a single dramatic scene. Less than 24 hours after the runway debacle, Salma posted a muted selfie on Instagram with the caption, clear conscience. Real woman. Keep talking. The comment section lit up like wildfire. Fans were polarized. Half were praising her for standing her ground, The other half were calling her out for trying to expose receipts in a way that felt calculated. But Erica? She wasn't about to let the narrative run without her voice. She fired back with a live video that night, face bare, hoodie on, and voice trembling with a mix of rage and exhaustion. "Let's make one thing real clear," she said, staring directly into the camera. "I don't need to fake beef with nobody. I got enough real-life pressure on me to fuel 10 seasons of drama. What you saw was real. What she did was fake." She paused, inhaling deeply, visibly trying to keep her emotions in check. When a woman pulls out her phone in the middle of a conversation and flashes screenshots, that tells you everything you need to know. It's not about truth. It's about control. It's about narrative. It's about clout. But guess what? I don't need to prove myself to people who weren't in the room. The ones who matter already know what time it is. The comments poured in fast. Celebs were watching. Fans were screen recording. The blogs ran wild. The Shade Room reposted the live with the caption, "Erica Banks breaks her silence after explosive fight with Salma Slims." Phew. The drama is already giving Emmy level. But it wasn't just social media that was buzzing. The LHHATL production team had a real problem. Scheduled filming was already being derailed. Cast members were picking sides. Some refused to shoot scenes if the other was present. Carly Red reportedly told producers, "If y'all want me to film a brunch with Salma after that nonsense, you better have security on payroll." And then, the unthinkable happened. A leaked audio clip hit the blogs. Someone, an anonymous crew member, allegedly had recorded part of the backstage altercation that didn't make the cameras. In the clip, Erica can be heard saying, "I put this show on my back and y'all still playing me like a storyline filler. Nah, I'll walk before I fake another minute of this." Fans were shocked. Some applauded her for standing up. Others questioned whether Erica's ego was becoming her own worst enemy. But what really stunned everyone was the second voice in the clip, another female, clearly from production, saying, "We told Salma to keep it subtle. This wasn't supposed to go off the rails." That one line turned the entire narrative upside down. Were producers stirring the pot behind the scenes? Was this moment, as authentic as it felt, secretly set up to trigger fireworks that no one could control? Meanwhile, Salma's team remained suspiciously quiet. No statements, no explanations, just a post on her story. Silence is louder than clout. But the silence was anything but peaceful. Inside her circle, emotions were at a boiling point. Her best friend and stylist, Tasha, went live and started spilling tea. "You'll think Salma came for her out of nowhere? Let me tell you something, this girl's been poking and poking. There's DMs, texts, industry parties where she shaded Salma to execs. This wasn't the first shot. It was the last straw." Erica's fans clapped back. One even posted a thread with timestamps of every time Salma had allegedly copied Erica's looks, sound, or aesthetic. "She wanna be her so bad it's embarrassing," the caption read. But what no one expected was what happened next at the LHHATL cast dinner, an event that was supposed to be a neutral space for healing, reconciliation, and cast unity. Instead, it turned into round two. The restaurant was dimly lit, cameras discreetly tucked in corners, and the vibe was tense before the first appetizer even arrived. Erica walked in late, wearing a fierce black leather jumpsuit and icy silence. Salma was already seated, surrounded by a few allies, sipping wine like nothing had happened. But you could feel the weight of what wasn't being said. Rashida tried to break the ice. "Let's just keep it classy tonight, y'all. We got enough heat in the streets, no need to burn bridges in here." Everyone nodded. Drinks flowed. Small talk filled the void. Until Sierra said the one thing that cracked the piece in half. "I just don't understand why y'all can't just squash it. It's not like either of you are innocent." A pause. Forks stopped clinking. Salma leaned forward. "Innocent? I don't start mess. I end it." Erica smiled without warmth. "End it? Girl, you started with sneak disses on a burner account. Let's not play dumb." Salma's eyes narrowed. "You're obsessed with making me the villain. But you ain't no sainty. You manipulate, you provoke, and when people respond, suddenly you're the victim." Erica stood up, her chair scraping loudly against the floor. "I'm done letting y'all paint me like I'm crazy. I showed up to support, got ambushed with slick talk, and I still kept it cute. But this is fake unity and I'm not playing along. Rashida stood too, hands raised. Sit down. Please, don't walk out again. No. Let her, Salma said coolly. She always runs when the truth hits too hard. Erica turned back slowly, her voice now low and controlled. Truth? The truth is, you need me to validate your storyline. Without me, your background noise, I'm done being your stepping stone. And then she walked out again. No tears, no yelling, just the sound of her heels clicking against marble tile and leaving a room full of broken silence. The producers didn't know what to do. The cast was divided. Some said Erica was spiraling. Others said Salma was manipulative. But what no one could deny was that the feud was bigger than both of them now. It had taken on a life of its own. And no one, not even the producers, could control what was about to happen next. By the next morning, #LHHATL Salma was trending on every social media platform. Fans from all corners of the country and even some international viewers were dissecting every angle of the feud like it was a courtroom case. Twitter threads were flooded with timestamps, video edits, and theories. TikTok creators jumped in with reenactments, dramatic readings of the leaked DMs, and commentary videos that racked up millions of views overnight. And while the internet argued, Erica Banks was nowhere to be found. Her socials went dark. No tweets, no stories, no cryptic captions, just silence. But that silence screamed louder than anything else. Behind the scenes, the production team for LHHATL was scrambling. The cast dinner fallout had completely derailed their filming calendar. Planned scenes with Erica and Salma had to be rewritten, entire locations rescheduled, and legal had to step in to review whether the DM screenshots shown on camera would violate any contracts. It was chaos, but it was also ratings gold. We can't stop now, one producer reportedly said during a closed-door meeting. This is the most real, raw storyline we've had in years. We either ride the storm or miss out on history. What no one expected, though, was for the drama to drag in an entirely new character, Erica's older sister, Melina, a well-respected Atlanta businesswoman and totally uninvolved with the reality TV world. Melina shocked fans when she took to Instagram Live that afternoon to defend her sister. You can come for her music, her career, whatever, Melina said, her voice shaking with fury. But what you don't do is question her integrity. Erica's been through hell to get where she is. People love to poke and then cry when they get poked back. Let's talk about that. The comments went ballistic. Sis came out swinging. One user wrote, Melina just dragged Salma without even saying her name. And within hours, Salma Slim's cousin up and coming rapper Nala Slims jumped into the ring too. She posted a clip to her 80,000 followers with the caption, "Don't push us. Family moves as one." In the video, Nala didn't hold back. They trying to play this like it's one-sided. But if Eric is so real, why does every other woman in the industry got smoke with her? Coincidence? Or pattern? Just like that, what began as a feud between two artists had become a full-blown family vs. family war. LHHATL producers leaned in hard. They started plotting a potential family feud-style special episode. Invitations were sent for a mediation brunch, but neither Erica nor Salma responded. Word on the street was, Erica's team had demanded a private sit-down with no cameras, no producers, and no distractions. But Salma, she wasn't having it. She posted to her story, "If it ain't public, it ain't real. I'm not about to clean up a mess in private that you made in front of the whole city." The standoff hit. Another boiling point when leaked footage from Erica's latest studio session hit social media. In it, Erica could be heard laying down bars that fans immediately interpreted as a diss aimed straight at Salma. They screaming real, but they rehearsing scenes mad, cause my silence louder than the whole team. The snippet sparked a firestorm. Fans were divided again. Some hailed the bars as iconic and savage. Others called it calculated and petty. Salma didn't respond directly, but she made a bold move. She dropped a surprise freestyle on SoundCloud titled "No Apologies." The lyrics? Brutal. "You needed a villain, so here I stand crown crooked. But at least it ain't bland, you banking on banks like a broke scam, but forgot that Slims don't fold, they expand." The song exploded overnight. DJs started spinning it at Atlanta clubs. Hashtags flew. Reaction videos soared. But what really set everything ablaze was an unexpected guest appearance in Salma's music video for the freestyle, none other than Brittany B, who once had her own falling out with Erica Banks back in season 11. Brittany walked on screen in the last 10 seconds, looked directly into the camera, and mouthed, "History repeats itself." Fans lost it. The alliances were growing, and the battlefield was becoming crowded. Meanwhile, Erica, now back online, posted a single statement to Twitter: "Keep stacking enemies. I'm still unbothered and undefeated." But insiders say she was anything but calm. According to one source close to production, Erica had nearly quit the show altogether just 2 days before. She said she was tired of being painted as the villain. She said if the producers didn't reel things in, she'd walk, the insider revealed. But instead of quitting, Erica decided to double down. She began filming exclusive behind-the-scenes confessionals with her own hired crew, planning to release an independent docuseries titled Unfiltered, the story behind the scenes. The announcement stunned the production team. Some saw it as betrayal, others saw it as a power move. But Salma wasn't sitting back either. She secured a sit-down interview with a major podcast hosted by none other than Mona Scott-Young herself. The teaser clips dropped like bombs across the internet. In one clip, Salma can be heard saying, "There's always been room for both of us. But some people don't want to share the table, they want to flip it over." In another clip, she adds, "This industry loves to pit women against each other, but sometimes the beef is cooked from jealousy, not TV." The cast grew even more divided. Sierra and Bambi allegedly had a shouting match on set over which side to take. Spice posted and deleted a tweet that said, "Y'all ain't even fighting over music anymore. It's ego, plain and simple." And Tokyo Vanity, known for her unfiltered honesty, dropped the most cryptic comment yet. "Two queens fighting over a kingdom that don't even care who sits on the throne." With so much emotion, tension, and betrayal flying around, LHHATL had officially transformed into something else. This wasn't just drama, it was legacy. Two women fighting not just for dominance in a storyline, but for control of how their names would be remembered. And behind every word, every post, every subliminal lyric was the bigger question: who would the city stand behind when the dust finally settled? And just as fans were asking that question, another bomb dropped, one that no one saw coming. An anonymous tip sent to a gossip blog claimed that a physical altercation had broken out between two assistants, one from Erica's team and one from Salma's, during a closed-door photoshoot for an upcoming cast poster. According to the source, it wasn't caught on the main cameras, but someone recorded it on their phone. Hands were thrown. We're talking broken nails, screaming, the works. The footage hadn't leaked yet, but fans waited with bated breath. Would this finally push the network to intervene? Or would they milk the chaos for all it was worth? Regardless of where the saga was headed, one thing was crystal clear: this feud wasn't dying down anytime soon. And as each new day brought another layer of betrayal, shade, or confession, fans were locked in. Erica Banks vs. Salma Slims had become the defining moment of love and hip-hop. Atlanta season 13. And the end? Still nowhere in sight. The fallout from the assistant brawl sent shockwaves through both teams, and producers wasted no time responding. A mandatory mediation meeting was scheduled for the following Tuesday, hosted by a licensed conflict resolution therapist and monitored by VH1 Legal. Cameras would be rolling, but everyone was given strict instructions: no physical contact, no outbursts, and no entourage. Erica and Salma would sit down face to face, alone, for the first time since their now legendary fight in the dressing room. Tensions were nuclear. Salma arrived first, dressed in a calm, slate gray pantsuit, heels clicking confidently on the marble floor. She was composed, clutching a gold pen and a notepad. She wasn't here to play victim, she was here to set the record straight. Erica entered 15 minutes later, draped in all black with oversized sunglasses and her signature icy demeanor. She didn't acknowledge Salma, didn't break stride, just took her seat, removed the glasses, and stared straight ahead. The camera zoomed in as the therapist opened the session. "We're not here to rehash everything," she said gently. We're here to understand where the pain is coming from and how to move forward. There was a pause. Salma glanced over at Erica and spoke first. Look, I'm not here to destroy your career. Despite what you might think, I never wanted this to go public like it did. I felt disrespected. You know why? Because I tried to be cool with you for months, and you kept playing me like I was beneath you. Erica didn't flinch. She listened, blinked slowly, and then responded. I never played you. I just didn't trust you. There's a difference. But why? Salma shot back, voice rising slightly. Because people warned you about me? Or because you couldn't handle someone else getting shine? See, that right there, Erica said, finally turning to her. That's the problem. You think I see you as competition. I don't. I see you as someone who tried to ride a wave instead of building her own. Salma leaned back in her chair, visibly stung. Wow. So you still think you're the center of everyone's storyline? No, Erica replied, voice cool. I think I'm the only one not pretending. The room fell quiet again. Even the crew members behind the scenes held their breath. The therapist nodded, encouraging them to dig deeper. What are you both afraid of losing in all this? She asked. Salma answered first. I'm afraid of being misunderstood. I worked hard to build myself up without connections, without a machine behind me. And the minute I pushed back, I got labeled as bitter or jealous. Erica followed, softer now. I'm afraid of being disrespected. I'm always on guard because people think I'm easy to target. And yeah, sometimes I fight harder than I should, but that's how I survived. For a brief moment, they weren't celebrities. They weren't enemies. They were just two women hurt, guarded, human. The therapist pushed one last question. If you could say one honest thing to each other, without cameras or consequences, what would it be? Salma hesitated, then said, I admired you. I still do. I just hated how small you made me feel. Erica took a beat, then replied, I was threatened by how fast you were rising. I didn't know how to share the light. That one exchange shifted everything. Not in a fix-it kind of way, but in a real way. The kind of shift that cracks something open and lets the air in. When the meeting ended, they didn't hug. They didn't smile. But they did nod at each other. A silent truce. A small olive branch. But peace in Atlanta doesn't last long. 2 days later, footage surfaced of the assistant fight at the cast poster shoot, and it went viral. Someone leaked the clip to a gossip site, and within hours it was everywhere. The assistant from Salma's team could be seen throwing the first punch, lunging at Erica's assistant while screaming, Keep my girl's name out your mouth. Erica's assistant retaliated, knocking over a lighting rig in the process. Hair was pulled. Phones were tossed. The clip ended with security dragging both women in opposite directions while other cast members stood in shock. Fans were in disbelief. These assistants out here fighting like they on the cast. One tweet read, Salma and Erica got ATL turning into WWE. VH1 immediately issued a statement condemning the violence and suspending both assistants from all production events for the remainder of the season. But that wasn't enough to stop the backlash. Fans were calling for accountability. Some demanded Erica and Salma publicly denounce the behavior. Others started pushing for a spin-off featuring the assistants, jokingly titled Love and Hip Hop, The Sidekicks. Meanwhile, a shady insider blog posted a bombshell claim that the fight had been encouraged by a rogue producer looking to stir up chaos for better ratings. That same producer was allegedly the one who leaked the clip. While the network denied it, fans weren't so sure. The whole franchise messy now, someone commented. Nothing feels real anymore. With public perception shifting rapidly, Erica knew she had to act. She released a statement on Instagram, addressing the assistant fight. I don't condone violence, and I've spoken to my team about handling situations differently. But understand this, when you keep poking a crew that's been riding with me since day one, don't be surprised if they bite. Salma released her own statement hours later. My team rides for me the same way I ride for them, but I've reminded everyone that we rise above chaos. Moving forward, it's all business. Fans were split. Some praised the maturity, others rolled their eyes. Y'all releasing statements like y'all in Congress, one user joked. But just as the situation seemed to simmer down, the next twist hit and it changed everything. During a routine episode drop of LHHATL, producers aired never-before-seen footage in the final 10 minutes, a montage of behind-the-scenes moments that revealed subtle, edited-out interactions between Salma and Erica that cast their entire feud in a new light. In one clip, Erica could be seen defending Salma during a green room conversation with other cast members, saying, "She's talented for real. I just don't like how she moves." In another, Salma was caught saying, "I don't hate her. I just think she thinks she's too good to be real with people." Suddenly, fans were realizing something. The feud had been real, the pain had been real, but a lot of the heat had been poured gasoline by production. The online discourse flipped again. "They used y'all," one fan posted. "They set you up to tear each other down while they collected the views." Cast members started chiming in anonymously through fan pages, calling out the manipulation. One said, "Half the beef this season was triggered behind the scenes. Real feelings, fake setups." Now, Erica and Salma weren't just enemies. They were survivors of the same machine. A storm was coming and both women were at the center of it. Only now, they might be on the same side. But could they really unite? Or was the damage already done? With the revelation that producers may have deliberately fanned the flames between Erica Banks and Salma Slims, the conversation shifted from petty beef to deep betrayal. Fans who had once been screaming in the comments "Team Erica" or "Team Salma" were now joining a louder chorus. They were set up. Online forums exploded with think pieces and breakdowns of reality TV manipulation. YouTubers posted side-by-side footage of original episodes versus the newly revealed and aired clips, pointing out discrepancies in audio, camera angles, and timing. One video titled "LHTL Producers Exposed," the real story behind Erica and Salma's feud, went viral overnight, gaining over 1.2 million views in just 24 hours. And in that wave of public awakening, something no one saw coming happened. Erica and Salma broke their silence together. Late one night, an Instagram Live popped up without warning on Salma's account. Viewers joined expecting another rant, another passive-aggressive jab. But when the screen loaded, jaws dropped. Erica Banks was sitting right beside her. Both women looked calm, focused, and united. "We're tired," Salma began. "Not of each other, but of being played." Erica nodded. "We let other people write our narrative. We let this industry pit us against each other for likes and clips. But now, we're flipping the script." The two revealed that they had secretly reconnected after the therapy session, not to hash out petty insults, but to talk like grown women. "We realized we'd both been used as pawns," Erica said. "And it's wild because they almost had us hating each other forever for the sake of one episode." Salma added, "Do we agree on everything now? No, but we understand each other. And most importantly, we see the game for what it is." The live stream lasted nearly an hour, with over 300,000 viewers watching live and thousands more catching the replay. They laughed. They admitted their faults. They even played snippets of unreleased music collaborations. That's right. Erica and Salma announced they had recorded not one, but 2 tracks together, turning their feud into fuel for art. The first song was titled "No More Puppets." The second? "Enemies to Icons." The fan response was instant and overwhelming. "This is the plot twist I didn't know I needed," one user commented. "Y'all pulled a Cardi and Nicki reconciliation but made it even more raw." Another wrote, "From throwing shade to throwing versus legendary." But while the fans rejoiced, the production team, not so much. According to behind-the-scenes sources, VH1 execs were furious that the two women had taken control of the narrative off camera. "They went rogue," a crew member admitted. But honestly, who can blame them? Contracts were reviewed. Lawyers were called. Rumors began swirling that Erica and Salma might walk away from the franchise entirely and pitch their own spin-off to a rival network. The working title? Unscripted. Atlanta Unfiltered. Other cast members were divided. Some, like Rashida and Sierra, applauded their growth and even posted about being inspired. But others, particularly Carly Red and young baby Tate, weren't as supportive. "Let's not pretend this was all producers," Carly tweeted. "Y'all said what y'all said. Don't rewrite history just cause the heat got too hot." The tension within the cast escalated again. Only now, the lines were blurred. Erica and Salma, once the epicenter of the storm, were now anchoring their own island while the rest of the cast tried to figure out what side to stand on. And then came the final twist. LHTL producers dropped a teaser for the season finale and the promo was jaw-dropping. It opened with the words, "You saw the drama, now see the truth." Quick flashes of Erica and Salma sitting together in a music studio, writing lyrics. Salma hugging Melina. Erica attending one of Salma's live shows, incognito. The voiceover declared, "In a world where everyone watches the fight, few ask why it started. This finale? It's not about who won, it's about who grew." Fans went feral. The finale promised something love and hip-hop had never fully delivered. Actual redemption, real growth, and a flipping of the script that left no one untouched. As finale night arrived, fans gathered like it was a cultural event. Watch parties popped up in Atlanta and beyond. Twitter trended #LHHATL Redemption. And when the episode aired, it delivered. The final scenes showed Erica and Salma performing. No more puppets at a private showcase attended by family, friends, and selected cast members. The lyrics were raw, biting, and full of empowerment. They fed us lies. We swallowed pain, now we toast to breaking chains. Tears flowed. Even some cast members who had been throwing shade were seen clapping in the background, moved by the sheer power of the moment. The episode ended not with a fight but with silence. Just Erica and Salma walking off stage, side by side, into the night. After the finale, both women posted the same caption on their pages, "This is what healing looks like." Over 3 million likes between them. Thousands of comments from celebrities, fans, even former haters who had done a full 180. Oprah's team reportedly reached out for a potential interview. Spotify placed their duet on a major playlist. And most importantly, Erica and Salma were finally free. Not from each other, but from the version of themselves they were forced to play. Their feud had been real. Their pain had been real. But their reconciliation? That was legendary. Now, as the dust settles, one thing is clear. Love and hip-hop. Atlanta Season 13 didn't just give us fights and shade. It gave us a masterclass in reinvention. Erica Banks and Salma Slims went from enemies to icons on their own terms. And, for the first time in a long time, reality TV gave us something real. So there you have it, the most shocking, emotional, and ultimately redemptive arc in love and hip-hop Atlanta history. What began as a war of words escalated into all-out chaos, and then twisted into something no one expected: transformation. Erica Banks and Salma Slims went from throwing daggers to dropping bars, from being pawns of production to reclaiming their power as women, artists, and leaders. They flipped the script on the very platform that tried to pit them against each other and used their pain as the foundation for a powerful rebirth, not just personally, but professionally. Fans got more than a feud, they got to witness too. Women evolve in real time. From backstage beef to viral freestyles. From leaked DMs to late-night studio sessions. From side-eyes to side-by-side live sessions that left the world speechless. And while some cast members still cling to the drama, Erica and Salma showed us all that sometimes the realest flex is growth. Real, raw, unapologetic. But now we turn it over to you. What do you think? Was the Erica vs. Salma feud truly producer-fueled or just a volcano waiting to erupt? Do you believe their truce will last, or are we just in the eye of a very stylish, very shady storm? Should they get their own spin-off series? And which track goes harder? No more puppets or enemies to icons? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we want all the smoke. Don't forget to like this video if you were shocked by that finale, and hit subscribe for more exclusive deep dives into your favorite reality TV chaos. Turn those notifications on, because trust us, Season 14 is already heating up. Until next time, stay tuned, stay messy, and remember, in Atlanta, the shade is real, but the glow up, even realer.